Jessie Buckley, welcome to Movies and Musicals. Lovely to have you home.
Oh.
It's just been so interesting looking at your career to date, from when you first came into our lives with I'd Do Anything. I loved the career choices that you took, from, Sondheim to Rada to great theatrical roles in Shakespeare. But then we've seen you on screen in Beast and War and Peace, and now you are wowing us in Wild Rose. And I was wondering, did you make a conscious decision to be an actor who sings as opposed to a singer who acts?
Oh, I'm not conscious about anything I do. I should probably be a bit more conscious. I don't really plan anything. I just kind of go with my gut and what feels... you meet certain stories at certain times in your life and you go on different adventures. And I feel like I've had amazing adventures and met the most incredible people along the way who've inspired me and challenged me to dream outside of what even I thought, my limits were. And I'm incredibly lucky, yeah.
It is great to hear you sing again, though. And again, we're used to hearing you sing maybe in musical theatre or jazz and blues. So was country on your radar at all, or is this a whole new thing for you?
Not at all. I think I kind of had a peripheral understanding of it via Daniel O'Donnell. God bless him. But I didn't really have any other kind of relationship to it. And I was just saying to my mom this morning, it's like, I really feel like I've found something in it for myself, and it's really changed how I sing and changed how I act and changed how I want to tell stories, and the real, honesty within the lyrics and the characters that live within those lyrics it has really changed my life, and it's now the only thing on my Discover Weekly on Spotify. I can't get it off.
And so do you get your character Rosalind's tattoo then, 3 chords and the truth, and the way she now says country, not country and western? Are you a total expert at this stage?
Have I got that tattoo?
Yeah.
I'm building up to it. I have got 1 or 2, but I haven't, I might need to let her go before I sear myself with her.
What an amazing character she is. Certainly from an audience perspective, she's so interesting because we want her to follow her dreams and get to Nashville and be a star, but we're so aware of the neglect of her 2 young kids, and yet she's only 24. What is your reaction to playing her? I mean, what a human, flawed character, but you so want her to win, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I think 2 things that I've felt. Well, first, when I read it, was that this was a Prison Break film about all the women who were breaking down the 4 corners of the world where they were told they were only allowed to dream in. And I suppose Rosalind is in this epicenter of that as a catalyst for all these, and has that tenacious belief and courage to do that, which inspires them all in their own separate ways. And I suppose the other thing is that actually, to really want something is quite scary for yourself. And I think the thing that's relatable, whether you're a man or a woman, 8 or 80 or wherever you're from, is the struggle to want something for yourself. And that comes with a lot of trips along the way and lessons that you learn. And when you have a love of something or someone, that always has a risk to it.
Yeah.
And she's been a real amazing woman to have seep into my soul, and that's a great thing, is you always look at the world differently after you get to look it through someone else's eyes.
Yeah, and your director Tom Harper likened it to The Commitments or The Full Monty or Billy Elliot, one of those movies where you transcend the ordinary or your surroundings, and it becomes extraordinary, and that is again what the film is dealing with. And yet, as you say, it's sort of Prison Break, and that we see her leaving jail, and yet she's still trapped, isn't she?
Yeah. And what I love about her is there's no sheen. She's a real people's person, and I love her foibles, and I love her mess ups and her kind of fear and her passion, and and she's like everyone that you know, and yet she's like no one you know.
Exactly.
You know?
We have to talk about the soundtrack, because apart from you singing, you co-wrote a lot of the songs. And my understanding is this was to be, you know, a minor soundtrack. It's now become a huge soundtrack, and you are performing as well. Tell me about co-writing the songs. That's amazing.
Well, to be honest, it's all come as a bit of a surprise to me. It was never, ever, none of it was ever kind of meant to happen as it did. And like writing the music kind of was an afterthought after the film came out, where we just thought we'd have a bit of fun and went around to Nicole Taylor, who wrote the script's house, every Friday and had coffee, and we kind of said, oh, should we put our hand to like writing the story that Rose Lynn would have written after the film had finished, had she gotten a record deal or whatever, and what she wants to say then. And because we'd all lived with this woman and had lived with where she was after the film finished, it just kind of poured out of us, and it was just so much fun. And I have to say, like, it's been a gift that's kept on giving, and maybe I've also been clinging on for dear life because I've just loved this so much, and the band that we've become, like, I can't believe, like, and it's something that keeps evolving. We rehearsed the other week, and it felt like it was still fizzing, you know, and there's still more to explore with it. And those musicians like Neil McCall and Chris Votolario and Ben Nichols and Stuart Nesbitt are like some of our finest folk and country musicians.
Yeah.
And yeah, they've completely they've blown me away and taken me with them.
It's a wonderful soundtrack, and congratulations on co-writing the songs as well. And Jessie, lovely to have you home. Come visit us again soon.
Oh, thanks.
And congratulations again. Thank you.